Hi, in this lesson, let's see how the ads appear from the display campaign. Previously, we have discussed multiple times, right, how the ads appear with respect to the different campaign types on different platforms. So let's here see how these ads appear with respect to the display campaign, right? So it is very difficult, to identify which ad is getting triggered from which campaign with respect to the display, demand gen and video campaigns, because so when an ad appears, there won't be any label, right? So this ad has appeared from this campaign and this ad group, so it is not possible, right? So how will you identify? So there is a trick. If you remember, we have discussed tracking parameters, right? When we click on any of the ad, it will redirect us to the landing page. Along with the landing page, it will also load some of the tracking parameters that the advertiser has assigned to the landing page. So with the help of that tracking parameters, we can check from which campaign the ads are getting triggered. If there are no parameters, it is difficult for us to identify from which campaign it is getting triggered. So take this as a learning only, just to make you understand from which campaign the ads are getting triggered. We cannot say that from which campaign the ad is triggered in reality, if there are any or if there are no tracking parameters assigned to it, right? Let's see. So for the display campaign, we see ads in display network, Gmail and YouTube, right? So let's see. Okay, for the display network, let's go for the money control website, right? So when I go into this website, here we will be having some advertisements. You see, this is an advertisement. So this is an ad from FNP. When you click on it, okay, let's click on it, and here you can observe, right? So let's open Google Sheets. Okay, so let's open Google Doc. Nice. So let's copy this URL here and see from which campaign it is get triggered. You see here, this campaign, he has a campaign ID. They are using the campaign ID, but they are not using any campaign name here. But I hope you are understanding me. This is also a type of display ad. Okay, so just go for it, and you see, let's say this is a First Cry ad. If you click on it, so these are not from the Google ads. Okay, these are from the ads that are partnered with this website. So if you click on this one, let's click on it. Okay, so copy this one and paste here. So let's see from which campaign it is getting triggered. So here also it is not showing from which campaign it is getting triggered, but it is definitely it is a display campaign. Okay, so this is how the ads appear on websites. You see here, whenever there wherever there is a space provided by the website owners, in those places our ads will appear. Here this is a display ad, right, because our ad is displaying here. And you see here also we have ads, right? So this is how the ads appear on different websites if it has a compatibility, right? So you see here also we have this display ad. Likewise, there will be multiple ads according to the space provided by this website owner. If you click on it, let's click on it once and see. So the same URL, so we don't want it. Let's look for another ad. So just okay, let's click on any of the article here. Let's go for the commodities and let's go for this article. Let's see if we see any other ad. So here we are not seeing any of the ad. So apart from FNP, we are not seeing any other ad. Let's look for other ads. Let's go for let's go into another website, right? But I hope you are understanding me how these display ads appear on the websites. So let's take for any of these websites, like let's take movie review. Let's go for this website, Bollywood movie reviews. You see, on these sites you can observe the advertisements, right? They are still loading. Here you see at the above you have one more ad. Let's click on it. This is one thing related to another website, Pottery Band. Copy this one, okay, and let's paste it here and observe the tracking parameters. Medium CPC, okay. You see here the campaign, it is saying the PMax. I have told you, right? Through PMax, PMax can show ads on all the platforms, right? So this campaign, I mean this ad is triggering from the PMax campaign, right? So PMax can show ads on Display Network, Gmail, Discover, YouTube, all those things, right? So I hope you are understanding me how these display ads appear. Okay, and let's click on this also. Let's click and see. Okay, so this is one more URL. So here it is triggering from the another advertising tool, that is DV360, because how I identified is, you see here it is DClick ID. So for Google it will be GCL ID. For DV360 it is DCL ID. DV360 is another advertising tool that is also from the Google, a little bit advanced tool, only focuses on display and video networks, right? So this is not our concern now. We are just focusing on display network from the Google Ads. So let's go for another ad. Let's close this one, also close this one, right? And let's see if we are there are any advertisements. And let's go for another ad. Let's see this one, right? So here there are no much advertisements, but whenever you open a website you can observe how these ads are appearing on the websites, and when you click on it, if the advertiser is any using any of the tracking parameters, you can obviously observe from which campaign and from which ad group the ads are getting triggered, right? But this is how the display ads appear on the websites. So now let's see Gmail. Okay, now let's see Gmail, how they appear. So let's go for this is the Gmail, right? And let's see in the promotions if you see any ads. You see here we have two ads, right? You see sponsored, right? So let's click on it once. Okay, so I'm clicking on it. So copy this one, copy the URL, go here, and let's observe. So if you see here, you can observe, right? So this is a ad that got triggered from the discovery campaign, that is the current demand gen campaign. Previously it is called as discovery campaign. They have not changed the name, but currently it is a demand gen campaign. If you can observe UTM campaign, you see here you have a demand gen name, right? Demand gen, right? So this is how the ads appear on the Gmail, right? So discovery campaign can show ads in Gmail, Discover app on mobiles, and in YouTube, right? So again I am telling you, if there are no tracking parameters assigned to the ad, it is difficult to identify from which campaign the ad is getting triggered. But the format is same whenever there is appear in the respective platforms, because let's say if you are showing ads from the display campaign, there won't be particular format, right? It has to be compatible with whatever the platform on which it is showing ads. Let's say it is showing ads on Gmail, it has to be in this format only, right? Either it is from the display campaign, either it is from the PMax, or either it is from the demand gen. Whatever the campaign it is showing ads, it has to be compatible with this Gmail. Similarly, whatever the campaign it is showing, or from whatever the campaign we are showing ads, if the ad is appearing on any of the website, it has to be compatible with the website, okay, on which it is showing. Then only your ad will appear, right? But the core concept is the ads appear on the display. It is a display network, right? So I hope you are understanding me. So let's click on this one, okay? Let's see from which campaign it is getting triggered. So copy this one, right? And let's paste it here. You see here, it is a source UTM PPC demand gen, DGen, right? It is also from the demand gen campaign. So let's close this one, browser pay, and also let's close this one, and let's see one more, these two ads as well, from which campaigns these are getting triggered. UTM keyword, copy, okay, and paste. So here they are not using the campaign name. Let's go for another ad. Let's go for this ad and click on it. So you can observe this is also getting triggered from the PMAX campaign, you see here, right? So let's close these two. But I hope you are understanding me how these are appearing on the Gmail, right? Let's see in the YouTube how they are appearing. Go to YouTube, right? So let's click on it, the first ad. So here they are not using any tracking parameters, but if the ad is appearing on the display network, this is how they will be appearing. Okay, let's look for any of the ads. You see, this is also an ad, right? So when you click on it, so this advertiser is also not using any of the tracking parameters, right? So let's click on it. So he is also not using any of the tracking parameters. We cannot say, either it can be from the display campaign, or it can be from the demand gen campaign, or it can be from the video campaign, or it can be also from the PMAX campaign, right? So let's look for any of the ads. Let's click on it. Let's copy this one and see. Okay, so if you observe here, it is the discovery. The campaign name is discovery custom intent Hyderabad location. That means this is from the demand gen campaign, right? So I hope you are understanding me how to identify from which campaign these ads are getting triggered. Copy this one. You see here, this campaign or this ad is getting triggered from the PMAX campaign. You see here, right? So let's close this one and let's look this final advertisement. You see, this is from the display campaign. Let's copy it. No, this is not from the display campaign. This is from the demand gen campaign, because in the UTM campaign, you see the advertiser's campaign name, right? DGen. So this is how you can identify from where the ads are getting triggered, from which campaign the ads are getting triggered. So I hope you have understood how the ads are getting appeared, or how the ads are getting triggered from the display campaign on different platforms, right? So I suggest you to go and watch few of the websites how these ads are appearing on the layout, so that you will be having an idea of what are the minimum standards or the ratios or the formats that you need to required to give those, or to give for the display campaign, right? So there will be 1:1 ratio, there will be 1:9 ratio. According to the formats, according to the requirement for the display campaign, you can provide those assets, so that these responsive display ads can customize or combine the assets whatever you give to it, and it will show according to the user behavior at the different stages of the purchase funnel, right? So I hope you have understood this lesson. We will meet in the next one.